like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for Teen Mom OG Season 7, Episode 27. Oh my god. Last video of the night is still early enough for me to get some real rest or whatever. And then the rest of stuff, y'all gonna get tomorrow. I gotta do 2 Teen Mom, Young and Pregnant, 2 family businesses. My DVR was acting dumb. It missed the first 5 minutes of every show they recorded at 9 o'clock. I don't know why. So, I only can do what I can do. And y'all been telling me recently, girl, don't be stressing yourself out. We gonna be here. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get this one today. Get the other ones later on. Anyway, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole J-Bird. Hello to all my J-Birds. You're gonna love you all. Do not forget to like, comment, and share this video. Like, share, comment, to hit the notification button to let you know when I have a new video. Yes, I have a P.O. box. If you want to send me something, strictly up to you. The P.O. box address is in the description box below. It's also on my IG bio page. And to shop my merchandise, hit the link below. Teespring. Hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, mugs, all that good stuff. The 10,000 subscriber sweepstakes is coming. The prizes, what I'm giving away should be delivered the first week of December. That's what I've been waiting on to do it. So we shall see. Okay, let's get started on this review. I'm hoping I can be done in like 15-20 minutes because Teen Mom OG, it don't give me much. Okay, so it's going to be kind of me reading people. Okay, it must be real. A real read. Anyway, let me stop. Okay, I get because I'm tired. And I get giddy. So Cheyenne, her baby daddy and that boy Zach. Okay, her and Zach broke up, so she's now in Michigan with Corey. Because they broke up because he did not want her to go to Michigan to be with Corey, and so they're there. They're at the apple orchard. We have apple orchards here, so I'm like, okay, I know whenever it's here. So baby Ryder is like picking apples in the orchard with dad and the grandma, well, his mom, the baby's grandma, and like his stepdad. They're spending time with his family, which is great. And Cheyenne's there. It's like one big happy family. It is what it is. And he also wants his friends and family to meet the baby. So it's like a whole little come meet the baby situation. Everybody coming over. And, so he brings up how his ex-girlfriend, Lauren, will be stopping by too. She got a gift for the baby or whatever. And me and her were dated for 7 years. And for a long time, I always felt like if I was going to have a kid with someone, it would be with her. Because we dated for so long. She, at one point, because the season he was on the Real World, I wasn't watching Real World at that time. So that whole Real World season when they had people's exes come in, I guess that's the season he was on. Because I only knew him from when he got on the challenge. I didn't know him from the Real World show. But she came on there, whatever, and was like pregnant by somebody else. It was craziness and whatever. Anyway, so when Cheyenne hear the ex-girlfriend comment, she's like, well, that's weird. Like, why would his ex-girlfriend, does anybody else feel like it's weird that his ex-girlfriend from 7 years ago was like coming to meet his daughter? And I said to myself, that may be the same way that Zach feel about you and Corey always hanging out. Y'all messed around, had a baby or whatever, and y'all just be hanging out like it's cool. And it makes him feel awkward the same way you feel awkward now that Lauren gonna be around. But I digress. You broke up with Zach for no damn reason. Well, Zach was also being a little bit, territorial. Anyway, but she like, it's just really random that he invited his ex-girlfriend, girl, whatever. And he like, she got a gift for the baby. She gonna come, drop the gift off, and then she leaving. I bet you she won't. She not gonna leave. And I'm like, Cheyenne wants to be with Corey. Like, I don't care what her and Corey want to be together. Corey also probably wants to have sex with other people, but he also wants to be with her, but it's just different. So we do see the little gathering or whatever. The girl Lauren is there, and Cheyenne is acting like Cheyenne. I hugged her because I didn't know what she looked like. I've never met her before, and she was like, hi. Like, she was just being like territorial. the same way Zach was about her when it came to Corey. It's so funny to see, like, it's the same thing he meant, how awkward he feels seeing y'all, like, hanging out when y'all not together. But I digress. So, you know what I'm saying? I felt like she was being petty. Not like mean, rude, petty, but like, why she here petty? And my thing is, if she's still in his life for whatever reason, because they friends or whatnot, what you feel like some kind of way for? Cause you want to fuck Corey, girl, bye. Anyway, we see like Zach. We see Corey talking to his friends, and like, yes, like, what's going on? Like, it was weird to have Lauren here, and then Cheyenne's here, and he like, I feel like when you have kids with somebody, you should want to have kids with your best friend, not like a lover. And me and Cheyenne are like best friends, and she feel like, you know what I'm saying. And he say, well, I feel like she doing the best for Ryder, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? They both is on this, like, people think we're like together and we're just not talking about it, but we're like best friends. I don't have kids with my best friend. I just don't. I don't. And it's just weird. I feel like it's a bunch of bullshit. And neither of them are ready to admit they want to be in a relationship, because neither of them are mature enough to be in a monogamous, committed relationship, because she seemed batshit crazy. And Corey seems like he's going to be community dick on every little challenge show. So I'm like, that's why it's it's whatever. So that all it was with them. Bristol and her baby daddies. We see her with her friends hanging out, because Levi got the one son, Dakota got the two daughters, so she, like, you know what I'm saying, out living life. Living her best life. And she brings up how that now that she's divorced, she, like, I don't ever want to get married again. Like, I don't want to do that or whatever. And her friend, like, oh, you should date this person and that person. We should hook you up on Christian Mingle. And, girl, no. After people see her on the show, whoever she date is gonna be a special kind of person, because she's a little bit, you know what I'm saying, cuckoo. Bristol to me seems like a person who are void of emotions. Like, I don't see, like, she just, I don't, she's very, very conservative, and I don't like her. Anyway, so, when they're like, oh, we took you up, she's like, no, I can't, no, I just got divorced. You act like I'm desperate, I'm okay. But it was, again, cute to see her with her friends hanging out and not with the kids, and, like, you know what I'm saying, laughing for once. But again, usually she seems so stuck up and just like a stick up her ass. We do see Dakota with the girls, and, like, his parent, whoever he was, his family or whatever who was with, was asked, like, what have you talked to Bristol? Like, what's going on with you in Bristol? And then he, like, we talk about this and talk about that or whatever. Like, I just can't wait to the point to where we only talk about the children. Because it's just difficult talking to her. I feel like Dakota and Bristol do not get along. Dakota and Bristol both make things hard for each other, and they both blame each other for different things. I feel like they're both upset at the divorce for the reasons of the divorce, so neither of them sees the other one's point. I don't think any one person is more to blame for the divorce. They weren't meant to be. She can't handle that man and his demons from him being in the war. She can't handle that. And he can't handle how unemotional she is. So that pisses them off. It's the same thing. So I get what he mean. Like, I can't wait to all we can talk about is the kids. Not anything else going on with us or what happened with us or whatever. Just strictly about the girls. I see it. We see Bristol saying how, when things were so stressful with him and, things got ugly or whatever, I'm saying. And I saw those traits in him before we got married, and that's why I didn't want to get married. Then why did you get married? If you seen he was something that you didn't want, why did you marry him? She made it seem as if he forced her to marry him. How, I'm saying, he hated everyone around me, and he convinced me that all y'all hated me too, whatever. And then he took me off to Texas by myself with just him. We had the kids or whatever. He moved me away and was all nicey nice, getting me gifts and this and this and this or whatever. And then he was a whole asshole to me. I said, well, Bristol, what did you do? Was you innocent? You was an innocent bystander? Ain't no way on God's green earth. I believe he convinced her that everyone hated her. I think she convinced herself that she was better than people for one reason or the other. Because I think if you seen you're saying that you seen who he was before he married him, so you knew he was an asshole. One, why did you marry him? Two, why did you believe anything he told you about anything else? Bristol, you lying. Or you embellishing. You trying to damage that man's character a little bit too much. And there probably is some truth in what she's saying, but at the same time, she's playing the victim. And I don't think she a victim. I think they got into a marriage that didn't work for them. And they got a divorce. But that don't mean that you have to sit around and say he was an asshole, he was a bad person, he was this, he was that, or whatever. I forgot something about Corey and that girl. I'm gonna go back to it in 1 minute. But anyway, how he convinced people to hate you, blah 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 blah, and then the friend then say other people look at him like a hero, but he not really a hero. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't a hero at home. I'm like, they out here just demolishing this man's character. And again, I don't think Dakota perfect at all, but I do think that man has PTSD and he had demons he fighting from that goddamn war. And you have to be on one level or the other understanding about what he came back to and how he came back. Bristol girl, I don't like her. I don't like the way and again, your daughters and your kids is gonna see these conversations later. Both of y'all need to cut that bullshit out. But Bristol, I don't believe her. I do not believe her. I believe her 10%. Meaning there is little bits of truth in what she's saying, but he can't be that bad. Because again, you married him and moved to a whole different state, but you're saying I knew who he was, I saw these traits and didn't want to get married. But you married him, moved to a state far, far, far away from him. You moved from Alaska, bitch, to Texas. You moved across the waters. Okay, girl, the fuck back. It just pissed me off, and that was the end of that. The one thing that I forgot about Cheyenne and Corey is she told Corey that her and Zach broke up, and how Zach wanted her to choose between him and Corey because he didn't want her going to Michigan. And it's like, and I made a choice. And then he like, what choice did you make? Well, duh, I'm here. So what you think? What choice did you think? What choice did you think I made? You know what I'm saying? And Corey, like, you shouldn't have had to pick. You should not have had to choose what to do. And she's like, you don't realize how much I sacrificed for you and for Ryder. And my thing is, I don't think she should have to sacrifice for Corey. I do think she should sacrifice for Ryder, but I do think there was a way that she could have handled the situation. Was that she needed to stop trying to keep them separate. That was the issue, but it's because she wants Corey. So she then asked Corey, if the roles were reversed and you had to choose, you know what I'm saying, if someone asked you, would you have done the same thing? He like, you know the answer. You know the answer. You know what I'm saying, of course, I would always pick you. You already know. And then they hug it out. But go ahead, sex. Macy and Taylor. Really easy. Macy and Taylor wants to buy a new house. They want to buy a house that is more spacious. So she went to her old house that they own, that a friend of hers is renting from them or whatever, where they lived there for only a year before they moved to the house they're in now. And so she's telling her friend in her old house how, yeah, we're looking for a new house to move to, something that's just bigger, that we won't outgrow with the family. Because I think when they moved to the house that was in, she didn't have the boy Maverick. She just had Bentley and the daughter Jade, and then they had the third baby, and so they've just kind of outgrown the house. So it's like we either want to build a home that's going to be our permanent home forever, or find a house that we love. We want a nice size house, want a nice size lot. So we may even find a lot to build our dream home. We just have to kind of figure out what we want to do, but we want to stay in the same area because we want to keep Billy in his same school district because we're in a good school district. That's a key point when you're looking to buy a house. If you have children, you have to think about the school district. So like, you can't just say, oh, this house is beautiful, it's a lot of money, but how is the school district? like how does that, like how was that, think about that. And also think about the high school, the middle school, elementary, and high school, because you have to figure out, the kid, gets older. So we do see them looking at the house online, and she's like, oh my god, I love this house, like it's on a 7 acre lot, and it looks so cool or whatever. And we saw a couple of pictures from the inside of the house, and they're like, well, I thought you wanted to build a house, says Taylor. And then Meg's like, we'll never find a lot this big that we will be able to buy the lot plus pay to build a house that's this size. Like, we won't be able to find that. So how about we go look at this house? And if this house isn't right, we have to just, stop looking at houses and start looking for actual lots. And so, what I'm saying? They say, okay, cool. So they realtor, gets them a tour to the house or whatever. And people who own the house did not want cameras in there, walking through or whatever. And I would not have wanted cameras in my house either. Well, you know what? I may have wanted cameras in my house because it could have been a way to show other people the house if they didn't buy it, like, advertised. But whatever. But, I get that too. So the house looked huge from the outside. Like, it was a long drive up the driveway. Even once they got up so far, it was like a little hike to get up. It was a whole bunch of stairs. It was like the house sits like high up. It reminds me like of a place, if you live somewhere that floods a lot, your house is high up, so the flood can't really mess up your house. And so the house looked amazing from the outside. And when it came out, it's like a four bedroom house. And I'm like, well, that makes sense because they had 3 kids and then them. And it just makes sense. But I'm pretty sure it's just a spacious house. And so when it came back out, they both loved it. She said the house seems like even the decor is made for us or whatever. And so they decided to put an offer in. The offer was accepted, and now they're moving. So, and hopefully for the last time. And they get like a jump start on moving because, moving, the hardest part is packing. Oh my god, packing. It's the hardest thing because you have to really just go through stuff to see, do I want to keep this box of Band-Aids or no? Do I want to keep this bag of rubber bands or no? Do I want to keep all these eyeglass cases? You know what I'm saying? It's the whole thing, like the little knick-knack paddywhack shit. Give a dog a bone. So, they're going through little stuff and, just talking or whatever. And, I'm saying? She kind of is getting emotional because she brings up how the house they're in currently, was their first like family home. She like, Maverick was born in this house, so this is the first home he lived in or whatever, and it was our first home, like, the whole family, whatever. So for her, she's like, it's just emotional. He like, what, when one chapter closes, another one opens or whatever. So, it's a new chapter. And she said, it's just that the new house would take time to feel like home. And that's true. Mainly because when you're moving in, you have to get when you're moving into a house that someone else owned, you have to make it feel like home. So I can kind of get what she said. That was cool. Amber and Andrew. It was real simple. Amber was back in boxing classes to one, keep herself, good in the head, and to also work out some of her baby fat from having a baby. And, Andrew was just basically encouraging her, if you feel some kind of way about how you look, it's perfectly fine to want to change things and work on yourself. It's really cool to see her like in a regular ass, healthy relationship. Like, I don't think Amber ever had that. So it's like refreshing to not see her like spazzing out. Again, I want to see her be more of a mother to Leah. I think she needs to take the initiative on that. But also, we know that Leah is at an age to where she may not want to hang out with with Amber so much. But other than that, it's really cool to see her, be encouraging Andrew and have like a real ass relationship. Other than that, the rest of it was, Gary got his vasectomy. Got his balls clipped. We seen him go to get his consultation, and the doctor let him know that, just how the procedure would go, how you have to hold the penis up and do this and do that or whatever. And you can tell Gary felt like really like awkward or embarrassed at how the doctor, like, your balls, we lift your testicles up, we hold the balls, we cut here. It was, it was a whole bunch of things going on. The one thing he asked, like, will I feel any different, like, having sex, or like, is there anything, like, would I not be able to have the same feelings during sex? And then the doctor brings up how, a lot of guys say after the vasectomy, the guys say the sex is much, much better. Probably because if they have sex with their wife, they don't need condoms anymore because it's gonna be raw sex. He says some guys say it's the same, and then a small number of guys say, there is a difference after the procedure. So, we do see him and Christina talking later on about him going to get it, and she's like, I just want to be sure that you're 100% comfortable having it done. And he said, well, no, I'm not, but I'm going to have it done. Meaning, do you want to get your balls clipped? No, but we have to do something, so I'm okay with having it done. So he goes and gets snipped, and I swear they showed like him from like he was on his back, of course, and when they showed him, I just imagine a woman getting a pap smear, legs up in the I hate when my screensaver comes on, legs up in the stirrups. I just assume he was like on his back, like legs spread or whatever. It was just so weird, and even he was like awake or whatever. I guess they numb the area, and then snip, snip, snip. And I was like, oh my god. And after the fact, he said it was as bad. He's like, it's just as bad as I thought it would be. It wasn't worse than what I thought it was gonna be, but it's just as bad as I thought it was gonna. It felt like getting kicked in the balls. It makes sense. And you know what I'm saying? I do know, like, I've had, like, cysts on my boobs, which is, whatever. And when I have to have them surgically removed or whatever, and they have to numb the area, that part hurts so bad. Like, I'll be like, bitch, oh my god. Because I've had them, like, twice in my whole life. But, whatever. Anyways, I know what he means by the worst part or a hurtful part is when they numb you, because they stick you with a needle and it hurts. So again, he had it done. So he brings up how I did it for you. She's like, no, you did it for us. You know what I'm saying? He then said, you know what, you're right. I did this so that you would not have to go through the hardship of like miscarriages. He's like, he said, had I thought about it before, I would have done it sooner so that you wouldn't have had to go through, things that you went through. And because he said they both knew they did not want more children after their daughter. He like, so had I just got snips, any miscarriages that you've had wouldn't have happened. So now her tubes are tied and he snipped. If they get pregnant again, that's God getting through there. Okay, that is God getting through there. Last but not least, Kate and Tyler. So Kate and Tyler, they went to their whole little couples retreat thing. Of course, no cameras were there when they did that. And you know what I'm saying? She's like, we came back home and found out that I was pregnant. She's around 12. She's like around 12 weeks pregnant, so they're planning to have a gender reveal. I'm like, do they have our gender reveals that early, like 3 months? I mean, I would prefer to go to like a gender reveal when someone's like 5 months pregnant, and then of course the baby shower was when they're like 8 months pregnant. I'm like, but I would 3 months. I'm like, you barely pregnant. I mean, you pregnant, but I'm like, are you sure it's a boy or girl? Anyway, so because I had a friend back in the day who was pregnant, had her ultrasound, and they told her the whole pregnancy she was having a boy, and she birthed a girl. Okay, and she had multiple ultrasounds. I say, that was a big clitoris. I don't know. Let me stop. Girl, get it together. Anyway, so they come home, find out she's knocked up. They're telling Nova that mama has a baby in her belly, and she's happy because once you're 3 months in, the likelihood of a miscarriage is what I'm saying, it goes down a lot. And I was like, that's very true. I would have waited not to my 12th week, but to like my 15th week to, what I'm saying, kind of, because you just want to be safe, you know what I'm saying, just safe. Anyway, she brings up that it's strange, though, that she's pregnant because, she's like, I know Tyler is unhappy in our marriage. And so at this retreat thing they went to, Tyler suggested that they live separately. They have a trial 1 month separation, not even get divorced, but just so they can both work on themselves, just get themselves together, kind of regroup, kind of like a restart to the marriage or whatever. And then, she says at first I was like not happy about it or whatever, but I kind of came around and said, maybe it's something that we need. They both kind of say how the retreat made him feel safe enough to say that's how he felt. That he felt like, we've been together so long. Do we know who we are? Like, it's always been Kate and Tyler and Kate. Like, who are we outside of this relationship? I said that them kids been together since they was in elementary school. Like, they really haven't done or been without each other all these years, and things are very hard right now, and it could be because they've never had a break from each other. So I'm like, that's kind of crazy. But she brings up how it's still hard being a mom, but to a 3-year-old, being pregnant or whatever, it's just stressful. And I said what's probably just as stressful is when you were away at rehab or the thing or whatever, and he was at home being a single dad, and what I'm saying, with the baby. And I'm like, plus what happened to their clothing line, the baby clothing line? I'm like, the dad just kind of fall off the wayside. Well, they probably did. Why? Because they, everything was on Tyler to do. So, that's kind of crazy. Anyway, what I'm saying, at the gender reveal, she kind of brings up how, it's tough being pregnant, the things that we're going through with Tyler or whatever. And, what I'm saying, so she can't really fully be happy. And I said, well, I can get that too. So the producer, like, yeah, like a trial separation, saying that's kind of different. I'm like, shut up, producer. Shut up. Everyone can see that they marriage needs help. Like, it's not even a, what I'm saying, a thing or whatever. And so, she do bring up, like, we're not dating other people, like, we're not like separating like that. We're just gonna live in 2 different places or whatever. And what I'm saying, she's like, and it's just different or whatever. But it is what it is. She brings up how, but them living separately just triggers her from childhood trauma. Kate says everything, and I don't mean to be insensitive, I really don't, but Kate says everything triggers her. If Nova cries, it triggers her. If Teresa says she can't see the baby, it triggers her. If Tyler coughs too hard, say I gotta go right now, it triggers. Everything that goes on, she says, triggers her to childhood trauma. But she says it as if Tyler didn't have the same fucking childhood traumas that she had. Like, y'all, you being needing mental health help can be a trigger for him because his dad is an addict. Okay, so he can have this. It can all be a fucking trigger. But I digress. Anyway, she also brings up how when he brought it up, I just kind of felt blindsided. I say because you don't pay attention. Everyone saw this coming. Everyone, and I don't mean it saw them breaking up. I'm saying everyone saw how unhappy he was, and this is what happens when your spouse is unhappy, whether your wife is unhappy or the husband's unhappy. If it isn't addressed, someone gets fed up. And the thing is, Tyler, I think, had been throwing hints for a while. Just throwing hints. And Caitlyn was dodging them. I want counseling. Do you? You going back to rehab? Yeah. Are you? That kind of stuff. Like, she was just ducking and dodging all his hints. And he finally came to the point, like, you know what? We need to separate right now. To kind of figure out who we are as people. And for them both to kind of just decompress, truth be told, or whatever. So, but I'm like, I don't see how she said she felt. What I do see how she said she felt blindsided simply because her ass wasn't paying attention. That's why. So, she bring up how we can kind of grow more within this month apart. Girl, if you say so. So they do have the gender reveal. It's a girl. We know Tyler Craig's girl. So it is what it is. We see Kate talking to her grandmother, and we see Tyler talking to his mom, and they're both basically telling them about the trial separation. And I'm saying, they both are saying how they're gonna just live separate. Tyler brings up how, no, we're gonna still date. Like, I'm gonna still see her, but we still are gonna be, just living separately. Like, we're gonna still be a couple. Like, I of course want to get Nova. Like, I want to still be, get my daughter, whatever. But it's just a time for us to live separately. But still, work on our own self, but also date and be a couple a little bit here and there, whatever. And they both say how they're not getting divorced. It's not a divorce thing. It's just like a refresh button. We need to kind of restart the situation. And then that's how I went off. I got it in under 30. Under 30. Anyway, that's all. I don't have any more. I'll have more tomorrow, though. And you can go look around other videos. But I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.
He's like love, love, love.